everybody, and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. In the last video I recorded, I was talking about the best albums from 1979, and I mentioned Pink Floyd's The Wall being at the top of the list. It is one of my all-time favorite albums, and I did a slight mention with regard to the best pressing of it. Now, I got some response from people asking to go into details on the best pressing for Pink Floyd's The Wall. And I'd love to do that in this video because Pink Floyd's The Wall is a very interesting story about has a very interesting story about finding the best copy. Because most copies you'll find lying in the stores these days are the recent remasters done by Bernie Grundman. Now, some of you might think, Pink Floyd, The Wall on vinyl by Bernie Grundman, that has to sound brilliant, doesn't it? Because Bernie Grundman is one of the all-time greats, the big mastering engineers, and if I find his name upon anything, I might even just buy it for the sound quality he stands for. But in this case it's a bit difficult because a friend of mine bought that digital copy, and what I have over here is a first Dutch pressing. But a friend of mine bought that digital copy, and we compared the two of them with this one, with the first Dutch pressing I have over here. And although Bernie Grundman did a good job, this is a digital remaster. And of course, there's a lot of controversy behind digital pressings, and MoFi having a digital step in their pressings recently. And although it's done pretty good, I mean, there are loads of the digital copies are awful. This is a pretty good master, but it misses the liveliness of this first Dutch pressing. Now, is this first Dutch pressing the best pressing around? No, it's not the best pressing around. It's a rather good pressing though. But I got this one when I was young. It has a very nice nostalgic value for me. And well, it sounds pretty good. It sounds pretty good. But you can find this album better sounding. Now, so I had this one and I thought I want to find out what's the best pressing of this album. So I went online and I found at the Steve Hoffman forum, a group of guys doing a very interesting test. Now, what did they do? They searched the web, and there is a lot of consensus. People agree that the mastering lab did the best mastering on The Wall. So you have to find The Wall with a TML in the dead wax. Now, you have TML pressings in Germany, in the UK, and in the United States. And people thought that the German pressing or the UK pressing might be the best sounding pressing. As a matter of fact, last week I found a Dutch TML here in Amsterdam. Didn't buy it because, well, I'll let you know why I didn't buy it. It was also pretty expensive. But they compared the German, the British and the American TML. They took a sample from the same spot and let people blindly listen to them on the Steve Hoffman forum. Now, the consensus was that the German pressing was pretty good and accurate, but it was the third place. With a slight difference to the British one, I believe it was a bit more warm sounding, which was put at the second spot. And the first spot was for the American pressing, which is interesting because not always is the American version, just the pressing plant-wise, the best one. But they stated that the vinyl in the UK was too noisy at that time, so the American version was the better one from the TML, from the mastering lab pressing. Now, a friend of mine, I told a friend of mine that, and I bought an American copy, and it sounds amazing. I have it here. This is my first American TML. A friend of mine, I let him listen to this, and he said, I call it bullshit. He said, bullshit? He said, yeah. Of course, he says, the first British has to be the best because the band is British, so the first British pressing has to be better. So what did he do? He bought on Discogs for €200 a sealed, no, in foil, not fully sealed, but a near mint copy in foil, and it was near mint. And we compared the two of them. We compared the first American pressing to the first British pressing. And this guy just got very, very angry because he wasted €200 on this very expensive British pressing. It was not bad. It was a very good sounding pressing. But indeed, the quality of the British vinyl was just a tad bit louder and noisier than the American ones. So now, here you have it. Is this the outcome of the test? Is the American pressing the best, the TML? Yeah. There are also other videos. For example, I believe the guy from, no, not Noble Records, but there's this other Michael on YouTube. You might know him. He also did a video on this, and he said, yeah, the TML American version is the best, he said. But, he said, he went for this one. He said the US promo is the best version. Now, I bought this US promo because he told me so. So I compared the US promo to the first US. Now, I did not notice a lot of difference. I did not find the difference in sound to be the value, because this one I paid 45 euros for it, which is still a bargain because you can find for a lot more on Discogs. But the difference is not that humongous. They come from different factories though. It is both a TML pressing. I'm not going into the slave master difference because some TMLs have an S, some have an M, which goes into the detail of a slave copy, a master copy, and some people say the master is always better, some people... I'm not going into that detail. I'm going into the detail of the different factories, but I found something very, very interesting, because this is the American version, the normal American version TML, sounds awesome. The promo copy, slightly better, but not really worth the effort of going there. But by coincidence, I found this for military sale only. Now, what is this? The for military sale only. In the United States, they make special copies for soldiers, for the army. Why did they do that? They made them a little bit cheaper, so they could sell them cheaper, so someone with a military salary could enjoy the music at the time. What I have here, this military copy, is likely made by cheaper materials. You can feel it in the cardboard. You can feel it on the inner sleeves. It's not as expensive made, but this one beats the promo copy. It beats the normal US copy. It sounds better. I bought this one not thinking that I didn't buy it for the sound quality, because I already had a promo copy. I had the ultimate version. I thought, oh, this might be a collector's item. I just bought it because I thought it might be a collector's item, which, by the way, to some it is. And this sounds just slightly better. It's all the same mastering, so you hear the same mastering. It's all about the pressing plant and what they used to make the vinyl. What they used to make the vinyl. And I cannot explain this because I know little about the texture of vinyl, what goes into it. I know little about it. I do know this sounds a bit clearer. Same mastering, same differences in high, low, mid information. Just a bit clearer and a bit more silent. Even a bit more silent. This one, the TML American for military sale copy, is, in my opinion, after a very long quest to find the right pressing, the best pressing of Pink Floyd's The Wall. Now, agree, disagree, leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.